Yeah, fine. So as we know already, I told you like just before that we can work on this particular MySQL command prompt. Okay. So here you can type the password which we are set up at the time of installation. So the same password you have to give, and once it is done it will enable the MySQL command prompt. Okay, so where you can start your work, but before that if you are already creating the database, you can use the command called usedb, use database name, else you can create it and you can start working on that. So for you people, once again to recollect, I'm creating the new database, like see create database and followed by database name. So let's take example db1 I'm taking, but it is not every time you can do, you need not to do that. For example, if it is the same db1 I can use daily and regularly also. Once you create it, it will store permanently. And now you can every time, like once you create it, right, you can use the use db1. So just straight away, so now database changed. So that is the way. For example, now you did some work and let's take example, you finalized the work and closed it. Now you opened once again. Okay, assume that. So okay, so now again as usual, every time it will ask the password to security purpose, and now no need of create database name, simply you can use db1, that's all. So this is what I want to tell you. Okay, so simply you can start working on by simply writing the use db1. Okay, and now as I mentioned, the first query create table, right? So the same example only we can take create table, table name. So what is the table name? Products, as per our last topic we given. And there is a 4 columns, product id int primary key. So as I mentioned, primary key is used to validate the unique of the respective column. And then we created p name and followed by varchar of, let's take, I'm giving 50, comma p cost as I'm giving float, comma p description as again varchar of 100. So this is what I told you on the class. So same. Now query is done. So if you want to check that really this table is created or not, we have an option desk. Disk means describer. Okay, so table name. So what is the table name? Products, right? So if you enter, it will show the structure of the table is really created or not. See that, like a field name, the type of the respective component, and is it null or not. So see the first one primary key, so it's not null. So remaining all are it is showing us because we didn't define not null. And the key and default value also we didn't define, so that's why it's taking as a null. So likewise the structure it will display once the table created successfully. Now I want to insert a new record in this particular product table. So before going to that, any doubt as of now? Any doubt as of now? Okay then. So now you see I'm running that insert into table name, that is products, and within the brackets you can give the column names which you want to insert, as I mentioned already. So PID, comma P name, comma P cost, comma P description. Okay, and now followed by values, and now we have to pass the values, like example I given 1 and followed by TV and followed by some 20,000 followed by red in color, and now close it, enter. So now the query is inserted, that means we can able to see the data. But now if you again describe the table, you can see the structure, you cannot see the data. But if you want to see the data which is already stored in the table or which is already there in the table, you should use select star from respective table name. So this will fetch the data which is already available in the table. See that. So it's showing PID as a 1, P name as a TV, P cost, and P description red in color. So this is the way how you can see the data which is already there in the respective table which we so far created. Okay. So similarly, if you want to insert a partial data, yes, we can do that. So for example, before that, I want to insert the same record once again. See, it doesn't allow you insert. See, it's showing an error, duplicate entry 1 for the key products primary, because As a PID we mentioned as a primary, so it does not allow you to enter the duplicate data. So that means it will always keep the unique data for the respective IDs. Okay. Similarly, we can insert the partially also, like example, insert into products. So I want to insert for first 3 columns like PID, PName, and as I mentioned already, if it is numbers, no need of mentioning the codes. So like example, if I mention 2, like PName, it's a text, so we have to give the single quotes, otherwise it will show an error. Okay, let's take, I'm giving mobile, and here again 299 something I'm giving a semicolon. So now one more row, you can cross check once again. So now you are able to see the two data. See, the last value is showing null because we didn't give anything, so by default it will taking as a null value. Okay, now you want to update it, so you want to give some description for the mobile, like assume that. So now you can use the update table name, that is products, and set p description is equal to, let's take Samsung. Okay, and where, as I mentioned, if I'm not giving where, it will apply for everything. Okay, let's take example, we'll see that also. So now see, rows match to and change it to, it's showing clearly how many records are updated. Now you see both the description change it to Samsung. Now if you want to specifically change for a particular column, see how I'm doing. As we know already, as I mentioned already, we should write where PID is equal to 2. So let's take, I want to change as a, sorry, I want to change to, let's take iOS, iPhone. Okay, where PID is equal to 2. Okay, now it only change the second record. See now first one still Samsung, but the second one change it to iPhone. So like that, if you are modify any existing data, you can do such kind of modifications by using update query. So basically, create will help you to create the new table. Similarly, insert will use it to add the new record. Select will fetch the data from the table, and as well as what you call update will use it to change or modify the data which is already present. The final query is delete. So now if you want to delete something, so delete from table name. So table name here products, where PID is equal to 1. So now it will delete the one record. So now you can able to see the only one record, that is the second one. Okay, and now before every time, please remember, before closing the terminal, before after your work is completed, you have to type the last command as a commit. So commit will help you to store your data permanently, means it is like a kind of confirm button. Okay, so now enter. Yeah, so commit is done. Now you can close the window, and as usual, as I mentioned, next day you can open that, and again you can use the same DB and you can start working on that. So likewise you can work on the queries with respect to DB for all. So if you want to work more detailed or more what you can say that depth wise, you can go to SQL, there is a tutorial. You can use this tutorial to work on more queries and more options also, like see and or order by, like he given for everything there is a example, and you can the meaning is there, and also how to we can use that examples also there, so you can try to work on that. And as I mentioned, right, online also, so you can he given online compiler also, where you can work on the like these queries also. Like example, you see select sharp from customers order by country, so country base it is giving the data like alphabetical letter, see that A B like that. Okay, now if you are same thing, if I'm giving descending order, okay, DESC, so now it will give the same data with Z to A, see that Venezuela, USA, and like UK, so like Switzerland, like that is coming. Okay, so similarly if you want to get only data from the USA example, see where I can write where COUNTR country is equal to USA. Okay, so now you will get the data only from USA, see that only from USA. So like that, you can work on and you can start practicing on the data. Like for example, if you want to add the city also, like example, I want to have the data in under the country USA and under the city. Let's take any duplicate is there. Yeah, Portland is there. Okay, so let's take, we can use AND operator at that time. And city is equal to Portland. Portland. Okay. So now you can able to see USA and Portland data. Two records are coming. See that. So like this, you can start practicing all the queries whatever we covered. So not only this, like there may be lot many options in the SQL as I mentioned already. So you have multiple options like see insert into update delete as I mentioned already. Like min and max are there. Count is there, and also like predicate is there, and also between is there, in operator is there. Like you have multiple things are there. So spend more time and ask me the doubt. See, it's like blind game. So you have to spend more time and you have to learn the things, and you can ask me doubts. I cannot say daily like do the practice and do come with the doubts. So whenever you have the time and whenever you have the interest, like please go through the different websites and do the start practicing on that and elaborate your knowledge. And whenever you have having any doubts, please ask me. I will clarify the doubts with respect to that concept. That is the overall idea how we will do in generally work-wise. Okay. So anyway, so that is all about the queries, how we will create and how we will run in the MySQL and as well as online. Both I just got through that. You can start working on that. And if you have any facing like any issues or any doubts, definitely you can ask me. Okay. So this is all about SQL things regarding our Java web application. And now today I will create the skeleton for our JDBC task. Like the ultimate goal is database integration with Java, right? So for that I'm creating a skeleton, and where I will create a form, but the database integration we'll see in the next class. Okay, but the skeleton will be creating today. So file, as you know already, new, and then dynamic web application. Yeah, so I'm taking JDBC demo here, and next generate, and then finish. Yeah, fine. So the project is created successfully. Now, as we know, so under the go to the SRC. Okay, under the main you have a web app. So where you can create your JSP pages. So first I'm going to be creating a index page. Okay. Yeah, new JSP. So I'm giving index.jsp. Yeah. So in this index, I'm going to be creating a two links. Okay. So one is like anchor tag, picture reference. So one is add product. Okay. Product.jsp. and here add product, and the second link I'm giving here contact tag with reference. So here I'm giving view products. Okay, view products dot JSP. So this is view products. So two links I'm giving. The second one is used to fetch the information from the database. First one to store the data into the database in the same table which we now created. Okay. So now when I click on this particular add product, I need to go to the add product.jsp. Okay. So now new JSP add here would use it product.jsp. Yeah, it's done. So now under this we have to create the form to store your data. So h1, let's take add product. Okay, and now here form action is equal to, I'm giving save product dot JSP. So this save product dot JSP is responsible for saving your data into database. Okay, so now here anyway I'm defining method as post, and here totally we require three parameters. One is product name, product cost, and product description. And I would like suggest that ID always should be automatically should increment. It should not be entered by some customer or something, because we cannot guarantee that always ID should be unique, and we cannot give that assurance. So system will take care of that. Like that we will prepare. I will tell you that also how to do that. And before that, first I'm giving enter product name. Okay, so it will be test obviously. So I'm taking input type equal to as a text, and the name is equal to, I'm giving p name. Okay, and after that required closed, and then break, and now enter product cost, input type is equal to, you can give number or text whatever you convenient, name equal to p cost, and it is also required, and then break, and finally enter description, DSCRI, description, description. So here input type is equal to, or else if you want some bigger level, so we can take text area, name equal to as name PDSC, and the rows is equal to, let's take 5, and the columns is equal to, let's take 20. And now we have to close the text area, and finally after the text area we require submit button. So here input type is equal to submit, and value is equal to add product, and similarly I'm going to be taking one more button, that is clear button. So input type equal to reset, and the value is equal to clear. Yeah, so this is all the about the form what we preparing for that storing the data into the database, Nana. So as of now, if any doubt, please ask me. No doubt. Okay, done. So now, as I mentioned already, we have to create the save product.jsp to read your data from this form and to store it into the database. So for that, we have to create one more JSP page. So here I'm taking save product.jsp. So where the first thing will be, we have to read the data which is there in the respective form. So for that we will create a block that is scriptlet in the JSP, and we will read all the parameters here. So first one, string pname is equal to request dot get parameter. So this method will help you, get parameter method will help you to read the data from the HTML forms. So similar way we have to read the two more parameters. So one is pcost, another one p description, DESC, and here pcost, and the next one PEDSC. Okay, and to check it out whether really data is coming, I'm giving out.println pname plus space pcost plus space p description. Okay, so as of now, two tasks are completed. One is showcasing the form to the end user to read the data, and we are also read the data from the form which is created. Now the next task from this line, we have to save the above data whatever we read into the database. That is will take care by JDBC. Okay, that I will explain in the next class. So as of now, we'll run it once whether everything is created as per expectation or not. Once it is done, the next task we have JDBC integration and JDBC code migration. So that part we'll see in the how to integrate JDBC driver and how to do the that everything we'll see in the next class. But as of now, you have to understand two things. One is how to read the data in the JSP. Second thing, how to create table and how to communicate with the database queries. The two things, if you understand, JDBC is nothing. That's a 4 line of code. You can easily understand. That is why I took these two classes before the actual JDBC implementation. Yeah, you see, we got the add product and view product two links. So when you click on the add product, it has to display the form which we created. See that? So now product name, let's take I'm giving TV, and product cost 2000 I'm giving, and the description let's take test. So now when you click on clear, it will clear the entire form. See that? So that is the help of the reset button. Okay, so it will clear the things, the form what you entered. Okay, let's take I'm giving again test. So now and submitting the form. So we didn't integrate, but we printed it here, right? So we are able to see that. See that. So TV 400 and test. That means whatever the data we entered in the this page, we are able to read in the next page. So the only task we have pending is we have to submit in the now to the database by using JDBC with MySQL. So that part will explain in the next class. But I'm again giving telling that please try to do the practice of these things before coming to the next class so that you can easily understand. And once that is done, so we have only left out the topic called template integration. If it is that part done, so our internship class will be closed. So that is what is my plan for the Java. So I think three more classes is required, so that within the upcoming three more classes we can able to complete the all the things which is required for our application creation and application execution part. Okay, so take care, and if you have any doubts ask me, otherwise we can quit the class.